Hi, I'm Chris, and today we're going to write together, but before we start, I just want to take 3 deep breaths, and the reason we do that is just to clear our minds, let go of any stresses that's going on today, that kind of thing. So, if you feel comfortable, close your eyes, and we're going to breathe in and out, and in and out, and in and out. Great stuff. Open your eyes. Cool. Right, so today's prompt is the word rebel. I want to think about maybe times in our lives that we've rebelled against something and we stood up for our beliefs, or maybe it's about rebellion in general. I think, it's always interesting to think about what the status quo is at the moment and what things would you change if you had power, that kind of thing. I always, when I do workshops in real life, I introduce the James Dean rule, which he did a film called Rebel Without a Cause. And the rule goes, if you want to do something different to what I'm setting as a workshop or anything like that, you do it, because we're all rebels and we all want to express ourselves our own way, and yeah, I just think it's really cool to just do your own thing, basically. So in that vein, if you don't want to write about rebel, the most rebellious thing I guess you could do is not write about rebel today. Maybe I haven't thought this workshop through. So if you feel comfortable, grab your pen and paper or open a Word document or your notes app or whatever you feel comfortable writing with. If you want to write a poem, perfect, love poems. If you want to write a short story or a journal entry maybe, just checking with how you're feeling, or you just want to scribble some words down on paper. As always, all of it is perfect. We're just self-expressing, there's no judgment. Cool. So we're going to write for 7 minutes, and when you feel comfortable, we're going to start writing now. And you're about halfway through. And if you start wrapping up the idea or line that you're on. Great stuff. Cool. We're just going to take 3 more deep breaths and just let go of anything that came up in that might be a bit stressful for us or that we don't want to carry around with us. So if you feel comfortable, close your eyes again, and we're going to breathe in and out. And in and out. And in and out. Great stuff. Cool. Open your eyes. Cool. I hope you enjoyed that one. I found that one tricky. I haven't written for a few days now, and I'm rusty again. Which I think is fine. I think we all have that, don't we? Where you have to warm yourself back into it, sort of thing. As always, I'd love to see what you've written. Share in the comments below any lines that you liked, or the whole thing if you're feeling brave. I think it'd be interesting to see what we all went to rebel against. I think there's a lot of... It's the strange thing where I think we all are kind of unified, maybe, with... A lot of people aren't very happy right now. And I think the more that we talk about why we're not happy, and the more that we enter into conversation about that, about society, that kind of thing. Oh, I said society. Oh, it's all gone downhill. We live in a society. The more we kind of engage each other with conversation, I think the more we kind of come together and the more we can heal. So anyway, before I get too philosophical, yeah, not super happy with what I wrote today. Not in a bad way. I just think it was quite stream of consciousness. I think it was quite I would probably edit this right down into a few sentences, but I'll share what I wrote today. I wrote, sometimes I wonder what the opposite of everything is. We're all held together by rules. And some of them are, let's be honest, pretty awesome. Like, no murder. That seems like a pretty good one, I reckon. But some rules are cruel, put in place to hold people in place. I'm no expert in, well, anything really. That's so true. but I sometimes think the most rebellious act we can do is just live your life with love. And yes, I know I sound like a hack right now. We've had love stolen by corporations, so they can showcase their supposed values in profile pictures and empty ad slogans, while behind the scenes they promote pain, so long as it results in profit. I don't know what to do about any of that, truth be told. But I know that we can't let love become a cliche, or an ad slogan, or just something we say. Love is an action, not a word. It's a shield, not a sword. And if you can love just one person, maybe you're making the whole world a little bit better. So very stream of consciousness there, not very, I don't think it's very tight at all. There's a couple of bits in there I might take out and like rework sort of thing, but yeah, I think the sentiment's nice. I just don't think I'm expressing it in a very new or interesting way, but sometimes that's okay as well. Sometimes we just need to work out what we want to say, and then we can edit it later into how we want to say it, you know? So yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's workshop. It's my first one back in a while, so yeah, like I said, I haven't written in a few days, so a bit nervy. But as always, thank you so much for commenting any of your work. I love reading it. I love that people are reading each other's. I love that it's so positive and people are being really kind to each other. If we just carve out a little part of the internet, little corner for ourselves, and treat each other really nicely and share writing, I think we're doing pretty good. And I can't do any of that without you guys, so I really appreciate it. Cool. So, last thing, just to remind you, just as always, in case no one's reminded you recently, you are enough. Alright. Have a good day. Thumbs up.